Trading our time when we work for money that does not hold up over time. So we're trading something that is scarce and priceless for something that, as the chart will show you, it is depreciating in value and has been since its inception. Not only that, the dollar, they're printing more, which you can see from the graph. And so as they print more, the dollar is becoming less valuable. So we're starting off in the short term with not the greatest deal. Most recently, everyone's become aware of this because the inflation has accelerated at such a rapid pace. So in 2020, on January 1st, if you started by putting $10,000 under your bed, maybe putting your toilet in the bag or Ziploc, I don't know how, we all store it in different ways, but if you put $10,000 under the bed, you lost $2,000. There's no doubt about that. It's not up for debate. That's with a conservative inflation calculator. You lost $2,000. Yes, you have $10,000, but you cannot buy with that $10,000 what you could before. Furthermore, if you didn't get a pay raise of 20% or more, you took a pay cut. If you're here, I'm sorry, hey, I come from a great city where we have great city council members, right? And so we try to keep up with this pay raise. Shout out, my city council members are here today from Santa Monica. Unbelievable. But it's really hard to keep up with that, okay? So we know that this is a conservative inflation, but whether it's eggs or milk or rents, that usually the cost is much higher than that. We have pensions. 401ks, retirement accounts. This data right here, it's all over the place, but I want you to focus on the blue area. What this says is that since the financial crisis in 07-08, that we have achieved a unfunded liability gap in our pensions, meaning that the money that pensions owe the employees who retire, they do not have that much as far as assets and cash on hand. And so that gap has grown, and they are chasing that gap. Now, the important part of this is you would expect after the financial crisis that gap would close, right? We had great times. Stocks went up. There was prosperity, recovery. It didn't happen, and it's not going to happen because pensions don't take huge risks. They play it safe. They make small gains. They don't gamble massive amounts of money. They will not catch up. There may be something there that can help them catch up and help float the pension, but they will not catch up and they haven't caught up. So what do you own outside the traditional finance system? The same system that brought us the financial crisis and many crises and recessions before that. The same system that brought pension collapse. And yes, there were some bailouts, but pensions didn't get bailed out as much as their friends in Wall Street. Public sector cuts. The same system that says, hey, if the pension system fails, no problem. We'll have you work longer. And you can see from 2002 to 2022 in the US, their average retirement age went from 59 to 64. Again, those are valuable years. I mean, if we've had members that have passed away as firefighters that never made it to retirement, that sucks. One life. Hey, maybe next time you'll retire later. This is valuable years. We trade a whole lifetime of work to be able to have that time when we retire and be comfortable and not be working. Same system that brought us the highest inflation since '81. You think gold is safe out of the system and treasuries? The same system where one of the largest banks in the United States admitted to paying $1 billion fine for manipulating the gold and treasury market. They're telling you, hey, we played this in our favor. Sorry, the thing you own that's outside the system, we got that too. Sorry about that. There's a hierarchy of money, and we're on the outside of that hierarchy, and that hierarchy is based on quality of debt, right? The best debt being what used to be, your government debt. Your least risky debt. Our credit debt is a little more risky, right? Back in the financial crisis, people that were owned 6 houses, that was the riskiest of debt, but they put it as stable anyways. But they're playing a game, and the big thing is we're on the outside of that system. And you may own things like real estate, You have funds in your pension fund, 401k, and even gold. But we are on the outside. I'm going to issue a challenge for the rest of my talk. We have about 10 or 12 minutes. If anyone here can get a United States Senator, and we got some heavy hitters, but Max Kaiser isn't in here, so I feel safe putting this out. If anyone can get a U.S. Senator on FaceTime, I'll give them 1 million sats at the end of my talk. If they can do that. If you can't do that, because I know I can't, you're not on the inside of that system. There are people that can do that. And those people are making decisions with those things that you have in the system. But as we stand outside of that system, scared, minimal clothing, I won't say naked, but we have nothing but our own work to offer. Something has come along that we can have outside of that system. And that's Bitcoin. There's even an arrow to show you, yes. Bitcoin. So those of you who know Bitcoin and understand this may be repetitive, but for some newer people in here, just some of the basic highlights of why this thing is outside of the system and why it's so great. Self-custody, you can hold it yourself. If you can memorize or safely store 12 words, you can hold Bitcoin in a way that those folks who are playing games with the money cannot touch your money. That's a powerful thing. Even if you only have a little bit, that's powerful to have it outside of that system. You can do that with self-custody. They can't touch that. Fixed supply and economics. It's scarce forever. We talked about trading our valuable time for something that is similar. How about trading it for something that's also very scarce and can't be reproduced? And Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million with fixed economics. And those are set. And those are, it's decentralized and it's maintained by computers all over the world that verify the distributed ledger and miners that work to verify transactions and build on the protocol. Those are spread out. I know, I don't know if TC's in here, but with Time Chain Calendar, I think the last I checked, there was over 17,000 computers spread around the world. There's one in each country now, multiple in several countries. This system is designed to gain strength and provide incentives the more it is attacked. So if you try to outlaw those computers, or like in China, if you outlaw mining, it creates a greater incentive for other people around the world to support this system as it is, build upon it, and benefit from that. So for these reasons, Santa Monica firefighters became the first union to ever self-custody Bitcoin in the country. But if you check the date, June 3rd, 2023, that was this year. What took so long? Why didn't another union or worker organization do this? We know the answers, right? Look at the media, look what's out there. The great Bitcoin scam. Bitcoin is a bubble. Perfect example of faddish. Warren Buffett, the guy who plays in that other system, he's doing quite well. He says it's rat poison squared. Blockchain of fools, the Bitcoin scam again, pyramid scheme, FTX. Everyone knows about FTX. Isn't it amazing how like the whole world knows about FTX? And yes, it was a big deal, but it was one of the most covered things. It got more coverage than any other scam or issue in my recent memory. Lost passwords, locked millionaires out of their Bitcoin fortunes. These are the things that most everyday people don't move past. And by the way, the people who put this stuff out, you might want to check who owns them. They play in that other pyramid that I said that we're on the outside of. It's a fact. So you'd be crazy to go to a union and say, guys, I got this idea, let's self-custody Bitcoin. Like, how do you overcome that? They're going to vote no, right? And coming to El Salvador was huge for me, and I just want to say something about El Salvador. People can critique what El Salvador is doing right or doing wrong, but God bless this country for offering a place where we can come learn about this amazing innovation and see it in real time and talk to people. For those that are supporting it, I like talking to the people that are against it and learning why. Why don't you like it? We can learn a lot. And that gift has been provided by the government and all the people working here in El Salvador. But I came back and said, how do we get off zero? I said, all right, let's do this. Let's just put $1 into Bitcoin. That's it. We're just going to put $1 per member. We have 115 members. That's 115 bucks. It's laughable. But we have to get off zero. What does that do? All the reasons that people are against Bitcoin, instead of trying to debate those and say, no, that's not true, you have a wrong understanding, you're accepting them and saying, okay, I'm gonna play this game, and we'll assume that your understanding is true. So here are the common things, right? Didn't Bitcoin crash? It went from 69 to like 15, right? Didn't it crash? And what happened? Sure, it did. But we're putting $1 in. Do you care if you lose $1 if it crashes? No, okay, I don't care. People lose it. What if we lose the Bitcoin? Losing $1? Come on. Like, all right, is it legal? What's it backed by? Isn't it a scam? I saw the FTX thing, scary. They allow us to move past those headlines and say, fine, those may be true. We're not going to deal with those now, but let's see, let's find out. So we created a measure. We have that on our Proof of Workforce website for anyone, if anyone ever wants to bring something to their organization. And it was passed by 87% of the membership. I can't even get the members to pass a coffee measure about what coffee we're going to buy. That would be like 60-40. You know, or hey, we need new forks at the fire station. That'd be like 65. No. This passed by 87% because there was no risk. The only risk was losing $1. That picture, we bought the Bitcoin at Palisades Park, that's in Santa Monica. In 2009, at Palisades Park, right here in this picture, there was a marathon finish line. Now, it was my first marathon, my first year hired as a firefighter. What I didn't know is there was someone running in that marathon that wouldn't finish the marathon because he got sick. He eventually got diagnosed with ALS, and that was Hal Finney. So we bought it there because it's important for us to build upon the work of others that came before us. And that meant a lot to us. So we bought that there where Hal Finney was set to finish. He passed away, but he was, as you know, very pivotal in Bitcoin. And so we bought it there. Union adoption. Why does it matter for Bitcoin? Who cares? 14.3 million union members in the United States. 207 million union members globally. In the US, the unions manage, not including pensions, $28.5 billion that they have as part of their general fund to buy all those forks and toasters and stuff like that. Maybe pay legal dues when someone gets in trouble, things like that. $5.64 trillion in pension funds in the US. Some of those serve unions, some don't, but those are the public numbers. 25, depending on what pension metrics, because there's so many get throughout the world, 25 to 48 trillion in pensions. This is why I started a nonprofit called Proof of Workforce. It's a 501c4. And I'm here to tell you guys here today that our nonprofit, we will bring Bitcoin to every union in the United States and eventually in the world. We have a great board, Lisa Huff, Chris Alamo, Joe Carlasari, Josh and Dan from Blue Collar Bitcoin. A lot of you guys sometimes, hey, aren't you the guy from Blue Collar Bitcoin? I just associate with them, so I get moved in. But they're great guys. We have an incredible board. We're doing great work. Our mission is to find the Bitcoiner in every group, every workplace, every union, and give them the tools that they need to bring Bitcoin to their organization at no cost. $0. So what can you do? I want to tell you guys, your immediate world depends on you to find Bitcoin. I promise you. They depend on you to find Bitcoin. You're here, you got here, you're doing the work. They depend on you to find Bitcoin and push past that first layer. What's your immediate world? Could be your church, your workplace, Mi lugar de trabajo. See, my Spanish is getting good from coming out here. My fitness club, book club, union, mi familia, pero la familia es muy difícil. Muy difícil. The family will roast you, so start them off slow, because they'll never let you forget. Be careful with the family. We have tools on our website, step-by-step on how to bring it to your organization, from starting from a place of trust, how to conduct due diligence, build a model, onboard gatekeepers. That's on my Substack. It's a detailed run-through of how to do it and can help you get off zero with your union or organization. I love this quote: many doors will open for you in your lifetime. Walk through as many as you can. For those that came here and have walked through, congratulations. For those that are kind of just starting to push through, I promise you, if you walk through this door and you push past those headlines that are put out by the people that own the fiat money system, it will be one of the best things you've ever done in your life. I promise you that. And walk through that door and bring Bitcoin to your group. And speaking of walking through that door, I just got news as of yesterday, after that $1 little fun experiment, that Santa Monica Fire is now whole coiners. They now we're on our way. Also, the second union to ever buy and self-custody Bitcoin, the Vacaville firefighters, they just did that yesterday. So they also made history now. And there's a third on the way, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Like we said, every union in the country will get on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's greatest property, the people. There's a story behind this, but I don't have enough time to tell this story. But for those that have listened to the podcast, there was a rescue in Santa Monica where someone called 911 and got really hurt. And it's a fateful rescue. But the point of this picture is the people that breathe the life into the Bitcoin network, into this incredible gift that we've been given. That's where the real magic is. You people here, the people you will meet at this conference. Bitcoin attracts a high quality of people, and it improves people. I think anyone here will tell you that they seek to be better people because of the values of Bitcoin and what it means. So I hope you enjoy that, and that's flashing. That just lets you know again that the people are really important. And I want to thank everyone
It's
for
going
their
to
time.
go fast.
I'm done. Thank you so much.